Sorry about that. Hey, you guys, let me know if you can hear me okay on this, if I come through actually clearly. I have just a quick few messages. Just let me know in the comments if you can hear me clearly. Great. Thank you guys for subscribing to this channel. I appreciate it. So I have a couple announcements to make, and one is I don't even know if I'm going to do the Gemini video this month. I might just put up a message for them. I don't know. There is a deep need, a really, really deep need, just myself personally, for me to get back into yoga. I took a week off, and I think I went every day, sometimes twice a day last month. I was really animate about taking care of myself, and there's been some recent things in my life, some with family, and that have just really brought me to a realization of questioning if I should continue with the channel. And there's actually several reasons. One being a deep frustration of not understanding the inner nuances of the cards, and with people taking the cards for like the sign or the gender, and it's very frustrating to me. And I feel like even in my private readings I do for people, I feel that, people are like, and even in the comments, people are like, oh, Gemini moon, Scorpio sun, Aquarius rising, Taurus Venus, or whatever. That really, in the grand scheme of things, it does matter where your own chart placements are for your own just personal, it's not genetic makeup, but your personality makeup. For example, your rising sign is how other people see you. Your moon sign is your deep, dark secrets. It's also how you are when you're frustrated or pissed off or something, like you'll show up as your moon sign. Or if you're under a lot of pressure, your sun sign is basically where you were born, where the sun was when you were born. Your Venus is how you love. Your north node, there are reasons for the placements, but let me use a prime example. I'll pick a random card. I have a King of Swords. I'll pick another card. Definitely not taking that card. I have trying to get another court card for you to kind of understand. Okay. I'm going to take the Tower. I'm going to take the King of Swords, and I'm going to give you a really good example, and then I'm going to explain my frustration. Okay. So I had an ex of mine from literally like 10 years ago reach out to me thinking a reading was because of him. Are you serious? Like, I haven't even thought, if I go through a breakup, I don't even look at someone's social media. Like, I'm like so streamlined. Like, I'm like, who is this? Really? Just because someone shows up as a King of Swords does not mean it's a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius male. This can be a female who's pissed off. This can be, so usually the Queen of Swords is someone who cuts someone out, okay? Bear with me. A King of Swords can be super sharp with his words. It can be a verbally abusive male of any sign. The guy can be an Aries, for God's sake. So it's so frustrating to me when, okay, the Tower. The Tower is actually the card of Scorpio. It can represent a Scorpio. The Tower is not always a negative card. The Tower can mean something happens that's shocking. The Tower can be, that you're in a dead sleep and the doorbell rings at 1 o'clock in the morning. The Tower can be anything. It can be finding out that like your ex-girlfriend got married. It can be anything. So the Tower. So when people are like, oh, Queen of Cups, that's me, I'm a Pisces, it's not. And I feel like it can be very misleading. I feel like people can get confused. And it's really, I feel, a responsibility to explain to people, that court cards are court cards. They are an energy. They represent an energy. It does not mean it's that actual sign. Um, I also feel like, I put up some products on the Detox Intuitive that I have made forever, about 3 weeks ago, and they're doing really well. And they're conjure oils and candles and things like that. And I'm a very creative person. I'm a triple water sign, for God's sake. So creativity is my thing. And those are really, really feeding my soul when I create those things. So much so that I feel like I need a space to create them in. Also, I've been volunteering more at animal shelters. That's something else that's close to my heart. So I'm doing more things that feed my soul. And I noticed taking a week to catch up on readings didn't feed my soul. And that's being totally honest with you. I feel like energetically, it has the tendency to somewhat kind of take energetically from me if I don't really space my time out in between. So that's another thing. Also, and I love all of you. And I'm so like, I didn't think this would even get 1,000 subscribers. I really didn't. I was doing this because I'm super intuitive and I was really feeling the energies when I got into this a year ago. But I was also taking a lot better care of myself and better care of my body. And I'm not doing that right now. And that is not me at all. It is, I'll always eat great and eat vegan, but it is not like me to not be in self-care overload. So there's going to be some self-care taken, and then maybe I'll balance this in. But also, it's close to my heart to keep my health and detox business up. I just ran a retreat 2 weeks ago. And although it took a lot out of me, it is where my knowledge base is. I just shot a video about cancer, the actual disease cancer, on Andrea Cox TV. And, that's where my soul lies, right? So I love this. I love what I'm doing, but I feel like there's a lot of confusion relating to the actual cards themselves. Three of Cups. Everybody sees the Three of Cups and thinks third party situation. It's not. It can be celebration. It can be drinking. It can be anything. Also, I am at a space of being fully healed from a situation in my past. And I feel like energetically, we're in a place that if you're not yet healed from like your past, you really should maybe be doing more yoga and be outside more than kind of focusing on tarot. And I do a lot of private readings for clients, and and I know I'm in the business, I should like be promoting this, but their whole day is spent listening to tarot, and that will make you crazy. So I feel like from an energetic space, just like I should be promoting that you guys are in the sun more. Like I need to be in the sun more. It's the first time I've not had a tan. You should be doing more yoga, more meditation, more things that feed your soul, traveling, spending time with your loved ones. I really feel that there's a need to break out. Okay, I want to be compassionate here, okay? Because I've had my heart broken before and it is hell. I understand that. And I want to be really compassionate here. But if you are still in a place of emotional heartbreak and hell, like a year after something happened, I don't feel like you should be watching these videos. I feel like you should be in therapy. And that's how I feel. That's where I'm at. And argue with me if you're wrong, whatever you feel the need to do. I'm not the type of person that really cares what other people think about me. So it won't really be, sorry, but I don't. I just feel like energetically, we are in a space where there are so many things that are so important in this world other than, some jackass that like abandon you. That's how I feel. That is how I feel. And it sounds bitchy. It sounds like I'm being insensitive, but that's where I'm at. I also feel like people misinterpret the cards. And so, unless it's a very intuitive late night reading where I light the candles, and some of you get pissed at that. It blows my mind when some of you comment in the comment section, doing a video in the dark is not about spirituality, it's about darkness. Well, I'm a Scorpio moon and a Scorpio rising, and I'm a Pisces. I'm represented by the moon. I'm going to do readings in the dark. It's who I am. I'm a moon sign. I'm not a sun sign. I'm not a Leo. I don't, I don't thrive with intuition in broad daylight. I thrive with intuition at night. I'm about as close as a witch that you'll ever get, I mean, my kitchen looks like a science experiment, talk about a medicine woman. So for me to see like those kind of comments and stuff, it's like, are you kidding me? Like, so that's where I'm at. So I'm going to take some time. I'll try to get the Gemini reading done. I'm going to take like a few days and really meditate on this and get to yoga triple time. And if you've got a reading book with me, yeah, we're on, great. But I really need to take some time to really go within with this. I'm really appreciated in the health community, very much so. And my oils and things are really being appreciated by you guys on the Detox Intuitive. And so I feel like at this time, it's better serving myself and all of you, since I feel like a lot of you don't understand the cards and are just looking for your sign to be called out. That's how I feel. It's how I feel. That maybe I just stop the channel. And, leave me in the comments section what you think about that, because I really feel like if I'm doing readings and I'm seeing in the comments section, Scorpio dealing with a Virgo or something like that, that I'm not doing my job. Like if you guys are still hung up on the sign, and that's how I feel. And I'm not selling you short. I'm not saying you're, and a person who does a beautiful job at explaining the cards is Queen of Cups, plural, Tarot. It's plural. It's not the single one. It's Queen of Cups. It's got an S on the end. That's how I learned Tarot. I would listen to all 12 of her readings back to back to back to back to back to back. And, I'm mostly made up of Scorpio and Pisces. So, that's how I learned Tarot. I love, I just loved her. The way she explained the cards was so telling to me. So that's another thing. What else do I want to say? God, I hope this doesn't come off super negative. It's because sometimes I feel that you guys are going through so much, and that when I come on and I do a live video, that I absorb the energy. I have, I've got something to combat that energy that I wear, and I still feel like burning the copal, airing out the windows, etc., doesn't always clear it for me. So for me, I feel like those of you who started with me should be moving out of that energy and into something more positive. So if I come on and do more readings, and look, it's not going to be positive because I've got Scorpio throughout my chart. That's a very dark, but to come on here and do more readings is going to be more about helping you transition out of whatever mental mind fuckery place you're in. Not like, and if helping you find clarity does that, then great. But please understand that I am reading energy, not the actual card sign. Know that. Please know that. And also, I feel like there should be more talking about how to work together with people to create like peace, I mean, I've got to be honest with you guys. If you're in a situation where someone has lied to you, someone has ghosted you, someone has left you questioning in your mind how to proceed, or how to move on or how not to move on. Because a lot of times, if someone gaslights, ghosts you, leaves you feeling very like in a dark space of unknowing, then that is a person that doesn't want you to move on, right? Or they don't want you to know the truth. I don't feel like you should be watching tarot. I personally feel like, you should be taking really good care of yourself. You should be spending time with family. You should be, I'm not a big fan of therapists, but maybe see a therapist if you feel like that's for you. That's where I feel like, to move out of that space and into a space of feeling better and more positive and just more, I mean, by now you should know, right? I'll use this as just an example. If someone's only coming to your house after dark, that's like a booty call. If someone ghosts you, they're not that into you and you need to like exit the situation. I feel like a lot of people just in the tarot, God, this sounds so bitchy, but I have to say it. I feel like there's a waiting energy, and I don't feel, and I don't want to be a reader who pushes that anyone should wait on anything. I won't even wait for like a drink to be served. You got to be kidding me. So that's the message I want to promote here. And God, if this offended anyone, I'm going to be like, I'm sorry. This is where I'm at. So I'm going to take a few days. I might come on and do a reading. I might not. I don't know. I'm going to take, and I'm a very decisive person. I've got a Scorpio moon and rising. I'm like this, 2 seconds, done. But there's a part of me right now that really needs to self nurture or, grab a man and nurture. I mean, who knows? But there's a part of me that really needs a lot of care right now. I've got a family member that's sick and my family's spread out all over the place, and there's a big detachment area in my life right now where I'm putting up heavy boundaries towards the past and anything from the past. And so there's a lot of there's a lot of structuring and restructuring going on in my life, and I really don't want to mislead anyone who reads the cards for the actual sign instead of the energy. And I think that's what's frustrating me the most, when I hear from someone from 10 years ago thinking I'm talking about them because, I say a certain sign, I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. Like, who is this? So never, never. So I think this was important to do and say, and I hope you guys understand. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. God, I can't even imagine the horrible comments, but okay, bye. Where is this?